Hello everybody, this is Ryan from ChillMinnesotaRC, and this is my first video on my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Vaterra Ford Fiesta. As you can see, the body I have definitely beat up quite a bit. That being said, I have beat this vehicle pretty good, and the chassis and whatnot, I have just really been very, very pleased with the quality of the drive shafts and the chassis. And I know people have complained before about these body posts, but I've been having great luck with them. I have definitely rolled this vehicle pretty hard, so many times, and it still is kicking. Same with the body; it's a little bit tore up, but we're doing pretty good. The wheels I have here are J Concepts wheels and the Proline Street Fighter tires, and these are fantastic. A definite must if you guys are going to be running on the running in the street. We live in the city. They have foams and nice thick foams here, and when you're on the street, excuse me, I'm going to reach for the tires. The stock tires. Really a great tire. It really is. I like it. See, they're a little bit smaller, low profile, and they're really sweet off-road. But the plastic on here is definitely a lot more brittle than the plastic here. And it being low profile, running on the street, I actually, like I said, I'm right on the parkway here, so I'm entering on handicapped accesses, and even that bit where it comes from the street to that cement piece there, I think that is what cracks my rims. These are new rims that I did, and it just absolutely destroys these rims because they're so low profile. There's nothing there, just wham, cracks it. And like I said, I think these are going to be really great for off-road only. I'm going to do this on the track, and I'm going to really try to see what's going on with that. But I think they're going to be a really cool off-road tire. I just like how it drifts and stuff like that off-road. So this I will only be using off-road. These ones on-road definitely. And these give me a little bit more top-end speed too. So they're a little bit bigger. And yeah, also the stock tires that do come with it are not glued very well at all. So these, like I said, these are the other pair of tires that I had actually bought afterwards. The first pair that I had were the stock tires, and my first run, the foams flew out after about 5 minutes, and I noticed that they had the tiniest bead humanly possible. So I kept gluing them until I got all the way around every single tire, second or third time. So yeah, it just really is terrible. Now my glue job that I did there was a lot better. I used a lot more glue on it, so it worked great. So what we need to know about this vehicle, the servo here, I'm still having a little bit of issues with it. If I make a left turn, it wants to pull to the left. If I make a right turn, it wants to pull to the right just a little bit. It doesn't really bother me that much. I can correct for that. I have taken out the slop in this whole turning section here, and I've definitely went through it and made sure that it was all really free moving and whatnot, and I have just worked many hours on trying to figure that out. So that is one of my complaints, and the only thing right now that is really kind of irritating with this vehicle is that issue. I tightened down the servo saver, which is a pretty neat concept. It's underneath this piece, and I tightened it all the way up, so there's not even really any servo saver. It's really tight, and again, I've flipped this even with this, and I haven't had any issues here. This servo is a really nice servo, though. Anyways, this is the Hitech. It's the HS5646 WP. It's waterproof. I will not be hitting a lot of puddles, hopefully. I want to keep this going strong. I want to have to keep cleaning it and drying it out. But anyways, this is not the stock servo. This is what I put in here, and it's great. It can handle up to 7.4 volts, and I have 7 going into it right now. All this stuff is stock, though. The shocks, I would like to do some upgrades on the shocks. I do have an extra spacer in here to tighten up these springs, and that definitely seemed like it was a necessity. It was very, very, very loose. It was kind of cool, but I just liked it stiffer here. So this bumper is great. It has really taken a lot of abuse, and it is fantastic. You can get a little bit better look there. Nice bumper. The battery tray is great. It's got this little foam piece. You can put bigger batteries in it. I do not need that, but I do run a 3-cell. I run the... Actually, they recommended this, and so I got it. And I love it. It's great. I think I would love other batteries too, but this seems to work. So definitely do not want to run 2-cell in this vehicle, even the stock 3300 that came with. It just seems very, very, very lame. I guess is all I had to say. I wanted to run 3S. It really came to life on 3S, and man, it is just a blast to drive on 3S. I absolutely love it. After I kind of figure out some of these issues. Now, the stock motor that came with it, it was a fuse system, the Dynamite Fuse System, 3300 kV. And that sucker got hot instantly, and it just was really annoying, and it heated up as fast as you could. I mean, it just really heated up, especially on 3S. It just really was kind of a pain, and I was like, well, you know what? No, I'm getting rid of it. It definitely, and it didn't have a closed end here. The Castle does. And I decided to go with the Castle Short Course Pro with the Mamba Max Pro ESC and the 2400 550 can motor, brushless motor here. And this is fantastic now. It is fantastic. I was able to get more juice to my electrical system, and with the programmable ESC, and definitely tweaked it out the way I wanted to. It's really great. I used the software, and this has a lot of torque, and it is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, guys. This is a great motor. I'm really digging it. I can't wait to use it more. See, I got the motor shroud on it. I haven't driven it without it, so I'm assuming this is a must. Same with this. I just added this heatsink here, just a little strip here. I think it does well. Definitely heats up a little bit, and I think it dissipates heat like it's supposed to. So, but this, you know, it gets warm. It gets warm. You know, I'm pushing it pretty hard, and but it's fine. It definitely stays in an acceptable temperature, I think. So. It's fantastic. Right now it is on the stock tooth pinion. It's 22 tooth pinion. And I believe I got it up to about 53, 54 miles an hour with the biggest tooth pinion, which I believe is 26 tooth pinion gear, and 4S LiPo. This can handle 4S, and it is fantastic. So I just put two cells together. I got the little Y cable, and it was, again, a blast to drive. So maybe I'll throw a 4S in there and do a couple speed runs. That's not something I'll be really hitting hard 4S with this guy. So 3S definitely awesome now with this motor setup. Had a lot of trouble with the meshing. I burnt out burnt a spur. I burnt the slipper clutch because that was my fault. I didn't have it tight enough. When I first got it here, I had to replace this bearing. This bearing had already went. I think it went before I even got it, so it should not have been tore up like it was. I went through all this, the entire drivetrain. I took apart the front and rear differentials. I took all this stuff out, cleaned everything, repositioned it. It seemed like a lot of this stuff wasn't set in here very well. This needed to be clicked down farther. There's actually a there's like some kind of axle grabber. I don't know what to call it, honestly. There's an aluminum axle here, but coming off of this clutch here, it comes out, and then there's a fitting here, and that wasn't positioned right at all, and it was causing some really nasty things to happen. It really was bad. But I went, like I said, I went through the differentials here, took them apart, re-greased them with Diff Grease, and they really came to life at that point. Let's see, what grease did I use? Let's see if I can get this for you. Smart Diff. This really changed the game for me when I actually did this, and I put this grease in there. It really changed it, and it was wonderful. It helped out everything, and it was wonderful. So definitely a must. Like I said, I took those all apart, cleaned everything, cleaned all inside by where the bearings are. They're all sealed bearings, which Vaterra is really good at. They give you the really nice sealed bearings, but just for whatever reason, this vehicle was just slopped together, I think. And once I put everything back together, took everything apart, went through it, man, this is a blast to drive now, and I am having a really great time with it. This setup is fantastic, and I cannot wait to get this on the track and see what it can do. So one more thing that I'm still kind of concerned about is that right here it's a little bit loose, and I think that's where some debris is getting in. And once this debris gets in, it gets into this cover, and it starts filling those teeth with debris. And I went through, this is my third spur now. I've had this but maybe a month and a half, and I've been working on it a lot of that time, so I don't think that's probably pretty good. I want to not have to do that. You have to take all this apart. You have to take that fitting off. You have to take the whole thing apart, take all that slipping clutch mess apart, and then put the new spur on and put it all back together and put it back in, tighten it all down, put this in. I mean, it's just a pain. It's a pain to do. So oh yeah, you have to take this stuff off. You have to take this case off because the drive shaft here has to pop up so you can actually fit it in there. So very, very annoying. I do not want to start changing spurs until it actually does strip it out. And I think the debris is actually not helping that. So I put a little tape here, and I'm hoping that this is going to take care of a lot of that, because I don't think a lot's coming in through this portion of the motors right here, but I think a lot of flies in it right here. So we will see how that goes. But as for now, there you have it. That is my setup, and like I said, I'm having a blast with it now. I am street driving right now with it, and it is so fun. And I can't wait to get it on the track. I will get some videos of it on 3 and 4S. You can check it out on the street, and then I'll get some running videos at the track hopefully this year. I know I'm starting kind of late in the year, so hopefully I'll get to some more videos. But there you have it, Vaterra Ford Fiesta. Wonderful, wonderful vehicle. All right, hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something, and if you want, comment and share with me some of the things that you found out about this vehicle. and because we can always learn from each other. There's always something to learn, and I would definitely love to hear you guys' opinions on it, and if there's something that I can do that's better. So we will see you next time.